episode of Backpack Bushcraft. We're still in our cotton series, but I feel like we've finally hit the point where we need to start testing. And what I have to test today is which of these is better to be utilized in a survival situation. Now that can mean a few different things. Utilization could be as simple as wearing it, or using it to dry something up, or using it in first aid. Anything like that would still be utilizing it. I'm going for cutting into strips and utilizing that way. Now, the two main things I can think of that I want to use my cotton for is to use it to purify my water, or to at least extract water, filtering it through that, or to turn it into char cloth. Both of those things will give me a big leg up in a survival situation. So what I have here to test this is some water. And if you can tell, there is a nice little layer of dirt at the bottom. And if you actually can tell, the water itself is still a little off colored. So what I want to try to do is I'm going to shake this up. I'm then going to cut a strip from our tea towel and a strip from our bandana and try to see which of them pulls the most water and which water is the cleanest. Okay, so how we're going to set the experiment up is I'm going to place this jar of water here. I want to take each of our pieces, place it into the jar, and place a corresponding end into one of these. Now, it needs to be elevated so that the water will come up, and then it will drip down into these two. I'm not really quite sure how much water we're going to pull. I'm going to let it go for a couple hours, and we'll just see. There is the little bit of water that I was able to, I guess, absorb, or I guess filter, if you want to think of it that way, after about, I think it was, again, 5 hours. And for the bandana, that was all I got. Neither one of these really did a great job at purifying the water, but it took way too long. What would be better would just to be set up a simple tripod water purification system. Another thing we do is using these little pieces of cotton is we can put these in a tin, throw these in a fire, and we can make char cloth. And I'm really curious to see how well they will turn char cloth. This one I'm pretty sure will do a great job because it's 100% cotton. But this is not. This is partial cotton. It's got that polyester, and I'm very curious to see how that affects the composition. But it's late. I'm tired. We'll try that tomorrow. All right, guys. We haven't been out here in a while. All right. So now we tried to use our cotton to help us filter our water out and stuff. And it, you know, of course, it sort of worked, but it didn't work as well as I wanted it to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out another piece. I could use the piece that I was using to filter. They're just still wet, so I don't want to do that. But I'm just going to cut the rest of this end off here. Same for the flour sack towel. And I'm just going to place them in this out twist tin. I'll make a little bit of char. I'd show you how I'm going to make char, but I'm going to save it for how it's crafted, hopefully to premiere the upcoming weeks. Alright, so here's what we got in here. Here's our little strip of bandana, and here's our actual big wad of flour sack. Now, it's not going to affect it anyway. It actually is not going to affect the char process at all, because if it's charring correctly, you cannot over char. So I'll put these two through my charinator. Let's get that. Let's call it that, the charinator. And I will show you the results once it's done. Alright, guys, so here is the char tin. I love it when the Altoids tin looks like this after you've charred it. So pretty. Here is the cloth that we charred. This right here. Oop, fall out. This is the tea towel, or the flour sack towel. You can see the little ends here of the fibers, and then this would be the bandana, because it got really thin as I was cutting it. But still, both charred very well. If I had to guess, the bandana charred first, just because of its smaller quantity. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my ferro rod and a knife. And I'm just going to throw sparks in here and see if we can get some sparks built up. There you have it. Alright, well, that has it. They both do very well at turning into char. Now, I will admit that I've had trouble in the past doing bandana that way, but there you go. It worked this time. That's all that matters. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this cotton series. We're almost done. Next week is going to be a review. It's going to be a really fun review, and it's actually going to be one of the last reviews that we do for the 10Cs. Maybe one of the last reviews we do for a while. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be reviewing stuff in the future episodes. So you definitely want to check it out, and you don't want to miss it. And to make sure you don't miss it, you need to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, Backpack Bushcraft. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Gmail at BPackBushcraft. You also check out the website where I post contents on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 2 p.m. EST. That website is www.backpackbushcraft.com. And until next time, keep those fires burning. Put another log on for me.